Oh, y'all, I am so sorry. I guess I'll have to do like a part 2 type of deal. Again, I apologize. The lights flickered. I cannot control that. Y'all know, of course, that's not something that I would have done or, just cut y'all off like that. You know what I mean? So, again, I am so sorry. I definitely do apologize for the inconsistency of my electricity at this present moment. Okay. So, picking up where we left off at, I want us to kind of be honest and have an honest discussion about the real reason why there's a lot of tension in the Black community. And I honestly think it's as low vibrational as sexual intercourse, because people think of that as low vibrational, but there is no such thing as low vibrational X from the holistic standpoint. But I'm gonna get into the chemistry and everything of it. So yeah, let's talk about it. So what we're gonna do is in this where am I? So in this particular video that we're gonna look at, we're gonna see a snippet of a candid conversation from Ace Metaphor. Now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I love his card games. I think they're great conversational starters. So if you go on his website, I think you should get them. I got all of them, even the After Dark ones, child. I don't have nobody to play with yet, but somebody gonna play with me, honey. Not funny? Okay, I thought it was. Anyway. So, hey. Okay, so let's do that. Give me one moment. I'm going to start it over. I love her. Her name is Keita Rose. You guys got to subscribe to her. I love this chick. So let's go.
It's so important. You're going around and you having to be that bad guy, but this is the reason why soul ties is so important. You're going around and you having raw sex with people. You are entering them, and y'all are sharing this really special situation. And then you leave and say, "Oh yeah, that's just my side." Oh, I don't even care about Tisha, but you're looking her in her eyes and you're giving her the best ever tongue in her ear. You're licking her ears. You can hear your thoughts. It's a whole bunch of going on. And you think that you can do that casually, like every Tuesday? That deep ass shit I just described.
Yeah, they do think that.
And that was deep, and they think that.
And they think that it's normal. We're the crazy ones getting attached and getting feelings.
Don't get y'all crazy.
We're the problem.
I think you're naive, not crazy.
Naive.
He's giving me this great, and I'm just so naive to believe that he actually cares about me.
He's doing it wrong, but then he's gonna say he's not ready for it, baby.
One thing I can tell.
You know, and so let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Because I think that this differentiation, not that I have to pronounce every syllable incorrectly, but anyway, this differentiation, that we have in our outlook on the actual behavior between one another is a lot of the reasons why there's a lot of animosity and hate towards one another. Because honestly, people say opposites attract. I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think that people sometimes attract each other in the wrong times in their lives. You know, like I said before we got cut off, there's a lot of people who spend years with the wrong person and just don't want to get back with nobody. And then it's like, but that's your fault. You spent years with that person. You can't pick when God bless you. But I tell you what, he's not going to keep blessing you and you keep turning a blind eye to it. It's just like a person who has a great voice for singing, right? But they never sing. Eventually, they're going to lose their voice, right? So there's only so many good women that's going to come your way. There's only so many good men that's going to come your way that you get to negate to get into a relationship with or feel as though they're just another actual conquest for you, and you're gonna keep getting blessed. That's why they have that new article out by the New York Times that was the New York Times. Yeah, I'm gonna go over that too. But said that the black male demographic are down alone. Yeah, you down alone because number one, I wasn't raised in a family unit, right? So if I have to pick between now. There's already this economic disparity, so they say, right? So with that in mind, and I have to pick, who am I going to take care of? Am I going to take care of mommy or daddy? Daddy going to nursing home. Because I lived with mama for 18 years. I've watched her sacrifice and do for me and take care of me, whereas I was only with you on the weekends. Like, come on. Then a lot of you, I had one guy. I really liked him in high school. We got together later on in life, and come to find out, he had sleep apnea, high blood pressure. He had it during a heart attack, like all kind of stuff. Like, bruh, I'm good. I run 2 miles a day, fam. Like, you need a CNA. Don't come try to gal me because I'm loving and I'm nurturing. Don't come try to gal me because you need somebody to get old with. Like, bro, you should have found somebody to get old with before your body started breaking down. Because now we can't have no fun. Now you hooked up to this machine at night. I can't even pull it up with you or lay up under you. Like, so now you need more of a nurse than you need a wife. So, like, nah, bro, I just can't. I'm good. Now, my homegirl saying that I could get with her. But I'm not the girl for you. You know what I mean? So don't get shot up 5 times hanging out in them streets and then want me to come wipe your ass when I was loving you and trying to be with you, you was dismissing me. You know what I'm saying? Like my ex-husband's mother, her husband got cancer. She took care of him till he died. But he was a dog, cheated on her, didn't treat her right or nothing. But he come back to you body riddled with cancer. And that's the only reason he was faithful to you. Because he was dying and couldn't get it up. Girl, stop. No, ma'am, that won't be me. That won't be me. Choose me while you can pamper me, while you can be with me, while you can show me how much you love me, verbally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Don't come to me half dead, body on a gurney, after you've been rushed to the hospital for high blood pressure, you done had a stroke, many strokes all in your brain, and then you want a gal. Then you want not even a wife yet. Now you want a gal. Nah. No. No. So anyway, so let's get back to these soul ties. So first I want to go over what a soul tie is. Okay, so I'm trying to make this brief. I don't know how long I've been on here already. Oh, duh, I can go find out. 7 minutes. Oh, awesome. So, let's go here. And let's see what a soul tie is by definition or what they define it as. A soul tie can be formed. Now, remember, this is this is relatively new. I think back in the day, they used to call it like sprung or something like that. They have many terminologies for these, but we're going to get to the chemistry of it to further break it down. We're not going to go at it linguistically. So a soul tie can be formed after you have had sex with a person. From a medical perspective, hold on. No. That's not what I wanted to do yet. Okay. Well, whatever. From a medical perspective, oxytocin is released during an orgasm. This is a hormone that plays a significant part in establishing a strong bond and strong emotional bond between sexual partners. However, soul ties do not always follow after orgasms. So we see what a soul tie is, right? So we see that it's basically catching feelings for someone after having a certain amount of sexual encounters, after a deep orgasm. You know, you looking each other eyes, y'all talking nasty to each other, y'all just having this great, what you consider bonding. And I think that this is where we get disparaged a lot when having relationships, because, you know, and a lot of women are saying, I don't need that. I don't need to do it. A lot of women are focusing on, this is why Black women are some of the most educated women, because we're not doing it no more. Like, we done with that. Let the whores have all the sex and deal with all the stress and that comes with it. Let them do that, because at the end of the day, we get tired of heartbreak. So it's easier to focus on your bag, focus on your money, not worry about no dude. I'm at my most, when I get the most money is when I ain't messing with nobody, man. And that's just on real talk. Because as a woman, as a Black woman especially, I didn't have a family growing up. You know what I mean? I was raised by my mother in a single family household. So a family is something that I really, really want to be a part of. And I have really eaten ish from guys because they had these brothers and sisters and family surrounding them that I just so really want to be a part of, because I didn't experience that growing up. And I think a lot of women do that. A lot of us eat crap from these guys because we want this family unit for our children and for ourselves, because we want to experience a family as well. We want to experience what our parents didn't give us you know what I'm saying, the opportunity to experience. You know, men more so normalize not having a family, not growing up with their dad, and they internalize think it's okay for their children to grow up like that. Well, women are the polar opposite. Most women feel like it's not normal to grow up without a family. It's not normal to have a nightmare and your mom has to come look for monsters. You know, it's not normal for us. So we go out of our way, we go above and beyond the truth to try to create a different experience for ourselves and for our children. Whereas, you know, men not so much, especially in our community. In our community, they get praise. The more actual conquest they have, the more praise they get. And the more actual conquest we have, the more diminished, you know what I'm saying, we get. You know what I'm saying? The less we are worth to our own counterparts. So, but we're not going to talk about that double standard. So let's talk about oxytocin and what it is, okay? I'm sorry, oxytocin, excuse me. I said that all wrong. And what that is. So, now, how are they pronouncing this? Where's the little speaker at? Because I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but I feel like grammatically that's how it's pronounced if you sound it out. So, oxytocin is a hormone that acts on the organs in the body, including the breast and uterus, and it acts in the body and is a chemical messenger to the brain, controlling the key aspects of the reproductive system, including childbirth, lactation. That's why people can see other people breastfeeding and start lactating. It's because of the oxytocin and aspects of human behavior. So why is oxytocin called the love drug? Let's go into this. Once a baby is born, oxytocin helps move the milk from the ducts to the breast and the nipple and the bond between the mother and the baby. Our bodies, I feel like I got the stove on. You know how you smell heat? Our bodies, oxytocin. Oh, here we go. Our bodies produce oxytocin when we're excited by our sexual partner and when we fall in love. You hear that? That's why it earned the nickname love hormone or cuddle hormone. Now, I want to know something about the men biology. Do men have this? Because when I looked at this picture, I saw like all these hearts and stuff, and then I felt like maybe I misinterpreted this photograph, but it like this was probably the man's side because it's blue and it's the lady's side because it was red. I didn't know. So this confused me. So I went and looked specifically and said, do men have it? Both men and women produce oxytocin. Yep. But women typically have higher levels. Okay. So we tend to feel more than men. This is why I say we emote differently and we communicate our emotions more specifically because we're more in tune with them, because we have more of what produces the hormones in our bodies. And if you're aware of your body, then you're aware of your emotions. Okay, so biological differences aside, men and women appear to experience oxytocin in many of the same ways. Okay, let's see. Oxytocin plays a part in ejaculation. The hormone contracts the vas deferens to push the sperm forward for ejaculation. The hormone also affects the production of testosterone, a sex hormone, in its test. It don't say nothing about love, nothing about emotions. Nothing about none of that. You know what I mean? Testosterone, or the male sex hormone, tends to control more competitive. See, nothing about love. So it's like, is it biology? You know, at this point, or is it that men are so cut off from their emotions until the true experience they're supposed to receive from the oxytocin, they're not receiving it. And since women operate, especially in the Black community, it's more so women that's trying to detox. It's more so women that's going on these health journeys, taking periods of time or not drinking, not smoking, not having sex, taking time to themselves. When women take time to themselves, they don't have sex. When men take time to themselves, they get money, but they still have sex. You know what I mean? That when men take time to themselves, they're just single and out there boning the world, doing what they want to do, having like I told the last guy I was talking to, things were going great for a while. And then I caught feelings not as naturally as I should. I've been knowing you during there most of my life. We were cool. So we went like, why ruin a coolship or a friendship? Why even take that boundary? See, as a woman, we think logically. You know what I'm saying? And men I don't think men think logically. And I'm using myself as an example because who else am I going to use? You know what I mean? So y'all don't know me. Y'all know me here. Y'all don't know me there. But I feel like this is more relatable to us women, where we've been on this guy, we've liked this guy's liked us. It's the typical boy meets girl thing. I mean, he had been like me for a very long time, but he was in a relationship, so now he's single. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm thinking, he's newly single, but it's been months. Like for me, I'm a Capricorn, and he's a Capricorn too, so I had the false perception of him having the same attitude that I had when it came to life and stuff like that. I had no idea of the disparaging differences between a January and December Capricorn, and especially when it comes to male and female. So for me, my cutoff game is strong. Now, it might take me a while to cut you off. Oh, but when you off, you are off. I'm talking, I didn't have to cut off my T-John. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, bro, you won't have too many times to play in my face, to hurt my feelings, to mistreat me. I had a best friend of almost 30 years, and I stopped talking to her based on disloyalty. I don't play about loyalty. You know what I'm saying? I am a fan of loyalty. You know what I mean? And a lot of people have used me and manipulated me based on my loyalty because I'm a loyal person. But guess what? When y'all you're not there experiencing disloyalty, don't come back to me, because I have all of everybody. Boy, girl, man, woman, child, everybody come back to me. Now, and that ain't even on no ego stuff. That's just that's how real I am out here. You know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, if we stop talking, whether you a family member, a ex, a homegirl, you did something to me. You did something very deep and foul to me. You know what I'm saying? For me to be like, man, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, you really stabbed me in the back, man. So, enough about me, but more about me. So, I felt safe talking to this person. You know what I mean? Mind you, I space out my dealings. So I don't go from guy to guy to guy. You know what I mean? I'll date someone. If it don't go well, I purge that person out of my system. I get rid of the feelings I have for that person. I take time for me. I sniff sage, smoke sage, burn sage. I'll fuck around and move just so I can have new energy. You know what I mean? Because since I'm a renter, the only things that I do own is family land. I own a lot of land, but since I don't own like my house, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind moving. People, oh, you move? I don't care. I like new shit. I like how new paint smell. I like new. You know what I mean? I love new. I like new shoes, new dresses. I like new hair, new me, new you, new it, new diamonds, new pearls. I like new stuff. So I don't mind moving. You know what I mean? So with that, I will move to get rid of your energy. And I'm gonna tell you where I stay. Like, don't play with me. So I just feel like, I felt safe and comfortable. And ladies, have you felt safe and comfortable? Well, you just felt like, why would this person try to get with me? Because he know me, he know how I am. Why would he try to get with me, feed him? You know what I'm saying? And we make these assumptions about the sanctity of us. And I think guys do it too, because I've been knowing this girl since high school. Why would she come and use me for my money? Like, knowing I'm a good guy. She grew up with me. Why would she come and play with me like that? You know what I'm saying? Why would she get into this relationship with me and be with me for 5, 6, 9 years, knowing the whole time she was just with me because I'm a good provider? Like, do they make bitches like that? I mean, they make women like that. So women and men have these same, they're different, but they are based upon the same logic of when dealing with people and when they feel safe and when they don't. Like, honestly, I would have been better off with a stranger, to be honest. So, fast forward, I'm not going to go into like my personal details, but I felt safe with this guy. So I felt comfortable being a woman. I'm a woman. I'm not masculine. I'm not, baby, look, if I catch a flat tire, I am calling somebody. Look, child, I don't know. I'm not do none of that. I'm a damsel in distress, honey. But yeah, so with me feeling like it was okay, I'm the cooking, cleaning, nurturing, like, have you ate, especially with this guy because he had long hours at work. Like, he seemed to never have been off work. It was like wake up, fall asleep 8, 9 o'clock at night, but you waking up 12, 1 o'clock in the morning for work. You know what I mean? Then you may take a nap, around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. And then from 1 to 2 o'clock, you going to 8 to 12 o'clock again. So I peeped these hours. So I'm like, did you eat? Stop by, grab you something to eat. Do you need this? Like, do you need that? I would clean up his house. I would do womanly things that I see were not getting done. That he was not getting done for himself. You know what I mean? So, and our conversations made me like him. It was a lot of things that made me like him because I'm a sapiosexual. Most women are sapiosexuals. And for you men that don't know what that is, let's go. I pulled it up already, baby, so I like us to be in line. Okay. A sapiosexual, where is it? It's supposed to say how you mentally. Okay. A person who finds intelligence sexually attractive and arousing. So with that being said, when I could talk to you about things, especially things that I'm not familiar with, or when you can teach me something. Like, I had no idea about boxing. I didn't know about all these black boxing legends. To be honest, I thought that was white man's sport. You know what I'm saying? That Negroes with that habitat. I thought it was just Mayweather and Lannister and whatever. And we watched this movie about this Mexican dude that was like no mas. He was getting his ass. No, like, it's just, I learned a lot just being around this guy. So when you teach me stuff, and then I'm watching how he worked, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, so if I was ever to have to do this, I see how to do this safely. You know what I mean? Or, or I've done this before, and he's doing it how I did it when I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm being very vague here, but I mean, I'm pretty sure wise people can put together what I'm saying. So in that safe space, I was in that safe space prior to taking that relationship to the next level. See, and this is where a lot of women screw themselves. And then we blame all men, and then we begin to not like the own men in our community. And then the same thing for men. They blame all women. And then say, the women in their community isn't anything, but it's who you've been with. It's who you've chosen. You know what I mean? And could I have chosen a better type of person that got money in a different manner, or that lived in a different area? Or could I have dated someone who I met at the gym maybe? Or dated the fence repair guy who wanted to take me out? You know what I mean? Or, of course, there's always a situation where somebody could have chosen something better for themselves. But, and this is me, this is the personal accountability part that I think that a lot of men want to see women take, but at the same time are not willing to take themselves. So it's like, was it irresponsible of me to go deeper into this relationship? And I think in hindsight, I shouldn't have. I should have kept it at the chilling all night, talking all day type of thing. I should not have explored that relationship on a physical level. I feel like I shouldn't have because of how it ended. You know what I mean? So, it was going great with us not doing that. You know what I'm saying? We were very, very cool without that happening. And I think once that happened, like I'm going to say 4 months later, I was in my feelings because it was happening often. We were still talking and hanging out, but I could come and go as I please, you know. So it's next thing you know, then people start changing on you. You know what I'm saying? Exes came back into the picture and stuff like this. Then my role was diminished, and I could no longer come and go as I please. And this happened, and that happened, and this happened, and that happened. Irresponsible sexual behavior. Because had all those things happened and I was not sleeping with this man, I probably would have been a little disappointed because, again, I've liked him for years and he's liked me for years, but I wouldn't have been hurt. You see what I'm saying? And then a lot of times it's through that hurt. Well, people can't handle hurt. See, me, I don't lash out. When someone hurts me, I don't want to go and mess up their cars I'm not a psychopath. You know, and with me being in tune with my emotions, a lot of people aren't. But I'm emotionally mature. I always have been because I was verbally abused as a child. You know what I'm saying? So I have always been in touch with my emotions and I've always been able to regulate them because, you know, I've been told I wasn't nothing and, you know, I have been picked on. I come from a family of colorists. You know what I mean? There's not too many people my hue in my family. Matter of fact, there's 3 of us. I could count us. It's Andrea, Tanya, and me. You know, everybody else is fair-skinned. So there's that. You know what I mean? So I have always had to take it, so to speak. You know what I mean? So even when I was bullied in school, people thought they was bullying me. But bro, I'm catching the hell at home. So I really don't give a damn about you talking about me. I'm just glad I ain't at the highs. And I'm the damn sure not to fight you, get suspended, and be at the highs for 3 more these days. These motherfuckers. Nah. I'm not damn being my grandma, my biracial. Well, my grandma thinks she biracial child. She's just light-skinned. But anyway, leave her alone. Girl, when I'm in my grandmother, see, I'm more in tune with my grandfather's side. You know, they're full-blooded Indian. They're into the elements, the spirits, the trees. They're country folk. That's who I learned my culture from. And then my grandmother was a city girl. You know what I'm saying? Just thotting and bopping child. City girl, honey. But we ain't gonna go there. I'm talking about a lady ain't never had no job, has always been taken care of, diamonds on every hand type of city girl. You understand me? So, but when I met her parents, I'm like, this bitch is black. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you Indian just like this dude is an Indian. Why is you fronting? You just a lighter hue. But anyway, so yeah, you know, I was treated very poorly as a child in my family. So, you know, I didn't have a voice. I wasn't heard. So with that being said, I'm able to deal with my emotions on a better level than most people. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lash out and smash windows and cars. I'm going to go within myself, talk to myself about how I allowed this to happen. What did I do wrong? What can I do different? And during that time, I may be texting you crazy wild shit. I may be cussing you out. It just depends. But I'm never going to take it too far. I am going to purge you from my system, and I'm going to leave you alone. A lot of people cannot do that because they have these unhealthy soul ties. And this is a lot of the reason why a lot of black men and black women cannot get along. Because they prematurely have irresponsible sexual intercourse with each other. They got all this oxytocin just floating everywhere. All these feelings, all these oohs, these ahs, and all this stuff that people think is just X. There is no such thing as just X. And you know when I say X, I mean S-E, you know. There's no such thing as just that. You know what I mean? A woman has to be very spiritually detached from herself and her body to ever be at that point where she could just have sex with no feelings attached. And she probably got all kind of toxins running through there, and you don't want that no way. You know what I mean? So, and I don't want to just put the blame on men, because like I said, men have feelings, men hurt too. But it's just that when men hurt, They don't take that time to themselves. They steady creating soul ties out there with more. Like this guy that I'm talking about, he created 2 other soul ties besides me from what I understand. You know what I'm saying? 2 other ones besides me while he has been spending this year being single. You've been single for a year and you done got emotionally connected to 3 women? Oh, like that's not now. So that's why it's so many women out there that have such animosity with men than it is men. Because y'all not getting hurt in these soul ties. Y'all are instead of taking the time to yourself being celibate, y'all going out there hurting. You know what I mean? And then it makes women, now that women are relegating y'all to nothing but kumquats or eggplants, whatever the hell y'all call it, y'all don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how come men end up in toxic relationships. Because when they have the good girl, the good woman that comes their way, that develop their feelings organically and naturally, not based off anything other than who you are as a person, your conversation and your intelligence, you know, and then you fumble that with that person, then you end up with this wild girl that act like she don't like you. The one that act like she don't like you, don't want you, barely call you, don't hit you up, that's who y'all give the most attention to. And those are the most toxic relationships to get in. You know what I mean? And the same goes for women. You got this guy, he's a great guy, he cares about you, he's there for you, he's a good friend to you, and he actually wants to be with you. Y'all not just friends. He actually wants to be with you. You overlook him, and then you get with this other guy that doesn't give you the time of day, don't give you any attention. Yeah, y'all see when I open my mouth and then the white back there? Cavity, ooh, girl. My TV is twice as old as some of y'all's, and y'all already got porcelain veneers, baby. These are the straight bone. Anyway, so what did I do? You better flip hair. Anyway, I'm sorry. I've been watching Sean Davy Way, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all know how he do. He be. Anyway, so with that being said, it's like we then feel as though we have to stay in this relationship because now we done created a soul tie with this toxic individual. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee, I don't know what the future holds for him, but I mean, if he ends up in a relationship with me, that's the best thing for him. But it's going to be somebody that ignored him, didn't treat him right, barely called him. He got a call and like, oh, so you can't call me back, you know, because he that type of guy. Like when I met some of his exes and I kind of see the pattern. You know what I'm saying? They've all called the police on him. They've all tried to fight him. He's had physical conflict with all of them. His mama got into it with a few of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a type. And, you know, if I had did my research before, again, irresponsible sexual behavior. Not realizing the type of woman that he's into. Not realizing that I'm not his type. I might be his type physically because I'm a very fine woman. You know, no cap. I'm just saying. But, and, you know, I got walls. I got common sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no begging ass broad. Now, I am going to give you a bill to pay, but it's because I need you to pay it. It's not because I'm just some money grubber and I can't afford to take care of myself. And, you know, and I'm just being greedy. You know, no, I need you to take care of this for me. That's why I'm asking you. So, I feel like, with me not being that type of person, I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue. I just look, baby, I want peace. I want to travel. I want to get money. You know what I'm saying? I want to be happy. I don't, all that other stuff. Look out. Yeah, of course we going to get into it and talk, we're going to talk about it and dead that. Because, you know, and guys find arguing exciting sometimes. They don't want to admit it, but they find that type of shit exciting. I don't find arguing exciting. I want to travel and get excited. I want to do it on a canoe and get excited. You know, I bang me over the back of my 3500. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fight to get arousement. You know what I mean? Yeah, we can have conversations. We've had a lot of heated debates because he doesn't think the way I think and I don't think the way he thinks sometimes. But it's not toxicity. You know what I mean? Like, he'll never have to choke me. You know. I'm sorry. I'm starting to show something on TV. I don't want to show on the YouTubeization. But yeah, he would never have to choke me violently. Put it like that. Or he would never have to make me respect his mom. Because she could be as disrespectful as she wants. And you got to check your mama and tell your mama, say, man, don't talk to my lady like that. You know, stuff like that. I'm never going to disrespect someone's mother. I mean, don't touch me, obviously. But I'm never going to disrespect someone's mother. You know, that's not me. You need to check your mom. You know what I mean? Or, you know, it's just certain things like that. And I use my situation as an example because I was in that situation. And I could attest to something I've been through more than just randomly talking. So y'all can see what I'm saying about these soul ties. Like, and the men know what they're doing. If you don't believe me. Well, I heard a man say, hold on. Like, these men know that when they're having this passionate, great encounter with a woman, what can happen from that. And it's like they don't care. You know what I mean? And it's because I think that it's because they don't care. And I don't mean they don't care like about the ex. They clearly like that part. I think that they don't care how it affects you. You know, and sex affects people. So listen to this.
Sex is a spiritual expression. You feel
Exactly.
me? And
Exactly.
things can disturb the spirit if they're strong enough. And someone's sex, if strong enough, can disturb your spirit. Whatever work you was doing, whatever proof you had about yourself, could be tossed out just like that because of what they was able to do to you.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't understand the spiritual space they take up in the bedroom. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, I trust you to get into it, but can I trust you with what come from it? And sometimes the answer is no. And for like me, like I ain't saying I'm gonna be the bestest. I know my spiritual presence in the bedroom strong, bro. If I do too much to a woman too early, and I don't know what she gonna be like down the road, that could be detrimental.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're not ready for any type of emotional connection with a person, you shouldn't be sleeping with that person. And I understand everybody want to get their rocks off. Everybody like X and it's enjoyable. But there's consequences to that. And it's like, I don't see a lot of people, the way they avoid soul ties is because they sleep with different people. If you're not constantly sleeping with that one person all the time, then you're most likely to not catch that because now you just busting nuts. You know what I mean? But me, I don't like multiple sexual partners. You know what I'm saying? I have friends that have died and are dying or are living with HIV and AIDS. So I have never, and I had one homegirl that was infected when we were teenagers. You know what I mean? She was dating an older guy. I think he was 19. She was 17 or something like that. And he infected her. You know what I mean? No, he was 21. He was 21. He was an adult because I remember him sneaking us in the club. And he gave it to her. And she has been having HIV since we were 17. You know what I mean? Like, and she's, look, and she was still catching bodies. Yes, she was using protection, and I would like to believe she was telling these guys that she had it, and she was undetectable, you know. I had a couple homegirls that was undetectable and was in relationships, and I'll just be wondering, do them guys know that they got it? You know what I mean? And then they break up, and then I'm like, dang, that's why I be asking people, do you know this person? And do you know this person? Like, bro, because I done watch people I know. And I think it's roguish. I don't know. I had a homegirl with herpes. You know what I'm saying? I was just wondering, like, did she tell Omar she got herpes? Like, do these people know what they know? See, but y'all like them. Y'all like that light bright. Y'all like that. Y'all like that. Y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all picking people off of what they look like, the proximity to whiteness and what they look like, and they in the shape of their body and their ample bosoms and their behinds, and y'all don't know what they really like. You know what I'm saying? I don't sleep around because I've known better not to sleep around. Number one, I was abused as a kid. I've never been into ex like that. You know what I'm saying? And when I do get into it, I only do it because I like you. I have never done it with a person just to do it. I like you. And this is a way I'm expressing that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very vocal. You know, and I think that a lot of men don't listen to women. If they're telling you, I like you, I'm messing with you like this because I like you, and you know you don't want, feelings is about to come with that. Off the rip. Because I had feelings before I did it with you. That's why I did it with you. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of times there comes a lot of angst and anger in the Black community because feelings aren't returned. Because things isn't reciprocal. But like, were you not listening to him? It's like, and I wish men would be more, don't beat around the bush. Say it. Say, I want to raw dog you. I want to beat your back out. I want to F you all night. And then I don't want to talk to you tomorrow. Say that. Be real. Like a gangster. Stand on your stuff. Don't manipulate. Don't run game. Don't do that. Because it's like y'all want to have these actual conquests with good women. Man, go get you a hoe for that. Don't get you a good woman that you know cook, clean, want a family, wants to adore you, you know, is very responsible with her body. Don't get with her and think you're gonna have that kind of relationship with her, because you're not. That's not how it works. Go get your hoe for that. It's plenty of women out there that can bang you out today and not give a damn about you tomorrow. You know what I mean? But nah. You know, and I just think that that's weird, you know. It's all good. So I just want to come and talk to you about that, because I think that these soul ties is a large reason why the Black community people can't get along. People cannot get along. You know, and it's like you use good women for X, and then you gal hoes. And people always wonder why that happens with men. And that's because the hoes don't call them back. They don't give them the time of day. And they say that men like to chase women. They like a challenge. And they don't like the intellectual, responsible challenge that comes from women like me, for example. Like for me, you don't have to so much as chase me, is prove to me that you're a provider, that you're trustworthy, that you're honorable, that you're a good father if you do have children already. You know, these are the type of things that I look at. You know what I mean? If you're in the streets, how you gonna get out the streets? Like, what business do you want to start? Do you like starting business, or would you rather have a job? You know, if so, like, what's your favorite job? What's the best job you ever had where you were the most happy? These are the things that women on my level talk about. You know, these women over there talk about scheming, demon, I'ma hold your pack for you, and all that there's ghetto street shit that's gonna land you in prison, make you another baby daddy to another baby mama, have another broken home. Like, it is what it is. And see, and you could be less of a man to a woman of the streets than you would have to be to an actual woman. And I think that's a large thing too. You know what I mean? Because you still have to prove that you're a man to both women, but that shows up differently to different women. And I think that a lot of men don't want to stand up to the occasion. And I also think that there are too many women willing to de-womanize themselves just to have a man. You know what I mean? So if it's easier to get with this woman, she's gonna lower her morals, her values. She done basically turn into a nigga in her mind. You know what I mean? She's a nigga now. So she run the same game you run. So y'all really bullshitting each other, and then y'all gonna be in this toxic exchange for a good 5-6 years and have a baby involved, for y'all realize y'all never should have been together. You know what I'm saying? Then he gonna go find him a good woman, bang her up, get a soul tie, break her heart, then end up with another toxic bitch just like that. You know what I mean? Because after a while, it becomes your type. Toxicity can become your type, especially when the way you get over your ex is to get your next and then go back to the same woman that's like your ex. You know what I mean? So, and women do it too. But right now, I'm just talking to the men. So it's like, when you don't take that time out to say, you know what, Keisha, I was with Keisha for 7 years and we grew apart. It didn't work. This is why we grew apart. This is what happened. Let me be alone and get over Keisha. You know what I mean? I'm been tied down for 7 years, being faithful, being loyal, and it didn't work. Let my heart go break. I couldn't eat at first. I couldn't sleep at first. Like, I was in love with Keisha. Let me be alone. You don't then get over Keisha by messing with Victoria. No. You get over Keisha first before you even go Victoria way. Like, don't create another emotional thing. So now somebody has to get over you when you was just using them to get over somebody else. Like, that's not fair. That's not fair. And that's why a lot of the Black community don't like each other, because we treat each other unfairly sexually and in this relationship. We are very unfair to each other. We dehumanize each other. We don't respect each other. We treat each other horribly in relationships, especially when it comes to sex. I think that once you guys become sexually involved, you should treat that person better with more respect. That person should get some loyalty from you now. That person should get some type of consistency from you now. You know what I'm saying? You don't sleep with someone and then back up off of them. You know what I mean? You sleep with someone and get closer to them. That's the natural order of things. Like, this is it. Like, we are acquaintances. We're friends. You know what I'm saying? And this friendship, I'm moving slow, but my hands steady moving. This is a long friendship. This is years of friendship, right? Years of acquaintanceship. This could be someone that you grew up with. That's sure you've been known your whole life. Then y'all become friends, start talking, and over the years, y'all may flirt. You know what I mean? The next thing you know, y'all go on a date or two. You know what I'm saying? Y'all liking each other. You know what I mean? And then y'all stick together. You know what I mean? And then that bond that you think is a bond is created. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're talking about 20 years at this point. You know? So, come on, man. And it's like, men don't think it's normal to men to not have a family. You know what I mean? And it's not normal for women. If you didn't have a daddy growing up, but one thing you want for your kids is a daddy, because you want to experience daddyship. Even if you got to watch your kids have a daddy, you happy that your child not gonna come up effed up like you. You know, so. But that's my take on it. That's what I think about soul ties. I'm gonna leave the definitions up here. I want y'all to read this, pause, go through oxytocin, what it means, dig deeper into it. And I actually want you guys to talk to yourselves, boy, girl, man or woman, teenager, child. And I want you guys to really be very responsible and considerate when having intimacy with someone. Little teenagers, if you come across this video, it's not cool, little boys. Even though we are homeboys might tell you, it's not cool to sleep with a bunch of different girls, bro. It's not. It is not cool. It is way cooler to have one or two, three serious girlfriends in your life and then a wife. You know what I'm saying? It is not cool to spin your body out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give y'all one more example before I go. It was this one guy. He was wonderful in bed. He was great. You know what I'm saying? I had been knowing for me. Baby, we were very compatible in that manner. You know what I'm saying? You know, cancers tend to be great in bed anyway. So, but hey, they're cancerous. Okay? So, yeah, we had a great relationship, right? You know, of course he ruined it, right? And then, of course he ruined it. And then again, I take my responsibility for thinking that that relationship follows this. You know, I think that this is the order of it, but it's not. You know what I mean? So again, I was in a soul tie that wasn't going nowhere, so I cut it off. And remember earlier when I told you about the guy that I would make a step and didn't feel nothing? The D had done turned whack. Because he had done gave it out and was so promiscuous and just gave so much of it out. You know, they had done shrunk up. They didn't swing. It was just terrible.